Alright, then. You already know, man, it's been a couple years in. We just sitting back reminiscing about, how this thing all started. Like, when you first popped in here during the pandemic, bro, explain to me how you even put together the motion you put together in the beginning to get the Stretch Loft going, bro.
Can I have the dog?
And that's what he goes in the middle of the recording. Like, it really was, dog. Like, I thought he started the interview. I did, bro.
Talk about some. Wait, can I have the dog?
Dog, it's still recorded, bro. Like, this is the Baptist. Talk to me, bro. How did this even come about, man? Like, talk, like, for real. How did y'all put this? How did conceptualize the Stretch Loft?
So it's very interesting because, like, when I started out, I actually thought, like, I was dating somebody at the time, and I signed the paperwork on October 1st, and on October 5th, she left out. She rolled out. So I started Stretch Loft on my own. Like, another interesting thing is that summer, I actually ruptured my pec. So I built the Stretch Loft with one hand starting off. Like, this pec was ruptured. I couldn't really even extend. And so I started off by myself, and I was just talking about it. I was putting it out there. I put down the floors and stuff like that. But God sent me some people along the way, man, because I had one of my old stretchers from back then. He came and he actually put together the floors with me, showed me how to do it, but had all the equipment. I didn't have all that much money. By the time you do the lease, the first month, the security deposit, the last month, you barely got $2,000 left. And then they want the rent 30 days later. So, and it's interesting because I was only charging like $45, $55 a session back then, right? With as much experience I had, I just didn't have the confidence yet to really take things up. And so got started, it was the midst of the pandemic, so a lot of people are home, and then I'm here talking about this, so people are starting to come. Shortly after, I recruited one of the guys that I trained in the past, and he started working with me. That kind of freed some things up. A lot of people don't know, but when I started, I was still going mobile. I would be leaving out here. Sometimes I'd be leaving out here with a table in my hand and running to Baltimore to go stretch one of the Ravens players, or running down to Fort Washington to go and do stretch and massage sessions on my clients, my mobile clients that I had. And so, that was the beginning. I had to do both because I now had my back against the wall. I was paying for this. You know what I mean? I got my own living expenses I had to pay for. But the good thing is that God blessed me. Like, I remember a woman came in here one time, and she came in with her friend, and she walked around, and she came back in here and just started telling me what's going to happen, how I'm going to take over the building, I'm going to expand, and this thing is going to be global, and it's going to grow, and people are going to come. And shortly after, the people came. You know what I mean? I started hiring, and I had Kalfani, I had Shay, and I had another young guy that came along. And it was cool because, like I said, it was the midst of the pandemic, and everybody was home. Everybody had time. You know what I mean? And so we just started putting things together. We started talking about, it's interesting because when I got this space, I didn't know I was going to call it the Stretch Loft. It's actually not called the Stretch Loft. It's called Dr. Deep Tissue. The DBA is the Stretch Loft. I just seen the space, and something told me, get it. And I did whatever I had to do to get the space. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that later, but it wasn't easy to get it, but I had to do what I had to do. But yeah, so Kalfani and them came along, and we were going through stretch training. But the interesting thing is that as we're like going through stretch training, we're starting to dig in and build what is the Stretch Loft. Because before that, it was just me in here stretching people. So we started talking about what is the Stretch Loft, who is the Stretch Loft, what are we talking about? And so I ended up training Shay, Josh, and Kalfani over the course of like 6 weeks. We would show up at 8 a.m. in the morning, a few days a week. We would be in here, we would stretch, we would get coffee, talk about the day, and then we'd all start dancing. That's where the dancing videos came from, because everybody was a creator, everybody was an artist. And it's interesting because today I tell people that we sell energy. We don't sell stretch, we sell energy, but the energy came from the people that started it from the ground with dancing and movement and freedom and happiness at a time where people were dying. People were being told, you go to the hospital, you're going to die. So, you know, it's, we just created a buzz, man, and people caught on to it. People caught on to it. They caught on to the vibration, the energy we were serving, and they were coming in, they were recruiting people. It was so crazy at one point in time. People were just walking in off the street. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even have no appointment. They just walking in off the street. We'd be here till 7, 8 o'clock at night, like another person, another person, another person. And so, you know, it just grew, man. It just continued to grow from there. And, you know, we made a name for ourselves. People trusted us. You know, people were referring us to everybody in their family and stuff like that. And here we are. We still under 3 years old. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, it's interesting for you to say that, you know, y'all really don't sell strength and y'all sell energy.
We sell energy.
Y'all sell pure energy. They say, kind of run me through that. Because, I mean, obviously when you come in and you're an athlete or you're at a desk or you do anything strenuous, the first thing on your mind is to relieve the stress, the tension, the trauma, all the different things that's going on with you. But as soon as you come in here, you catch the vibe. Like, explain to me, like, how y'all actually put that together within, like, what do you say, 2-3 years now? I mean, I know from our experience, obviously you can pull it up, you know what I'm saying, to seeing California, seeing the crew and the energy, the people that you put in place, they're vital. But talk me through that, like, what's the difference between actually getting stretched and actually, like, exchanging the energy and actually releasing the energy and the tension within your body?
The key thing is, man, is that we have an environment where everybody's themselves. And when you can be yourself, you can express yourself however you want to express yourself. You're free to be. You're free to express. And I think that's what people catch when they come in here. You know what I mean? Like, we all know why we're here. Like, yeah, we're stretching people, but we're really here sharing space for people, holding space for people. You know what I mean? Like, people also come in here and give us energy. On a daily basis, we in here, we laughing. Look, we got a little dog in this joint. I'm like, look at this. Like, he's here.
Top flight security.
You know what I mean? Top flight security. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what really people like just catch on to, man, is just the amount of love. Everybody's here because they want to be here. You know what I mean? Everybody's here because they want to be here. It's not a job for anybody. I tell everybody who works here, like, if you're here for a job, it ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You know what I mean? So when you have that type of culture, you know what I mean? When you have that kind of culture, it transcends onto people.
Right. Hell yeah. So that's where you started, man. I know this wasn't even supposed to be, like, you know what I'm saying, the real segment, but where's it going, bro? Like, there's a lot of moving pieces. There's been a lot of spicy things going on in the Stretch Loft here in the last couple months here, bro. You got the mascot, you got Camo sitting in this joint holding down security. You done increased the team. You done got featured in magazines. The YouTube joint got people commenting from Britain and Ireland and all types. You been in the airport in Morocco and had Bama's hollering at. Like, where is this going, bro? Like, where do you visualize the Stretch Loft, bro, in like the next 5 years, man?
Global.
That's the word.
Global.
Global.
Worldwide. This is something that everybody needs. You know, America is a culmination of a bunch of different cultures and people, and the beauty is that we can now bring what we have that's specific to our culture and our people, and we could deliver it in a way that people have access to it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so that's all that this is that deliverance. You know, this work saved my life. And over the last 8 years, I've used it. You know what I mean? I've used my pain to become my purpose and my passion. And now I can teach other people how to do it. And we can set up centers like this where people can come and get energy. People can come and get healing and transformation. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't stop here.
I got you. Yo, bro. Tell the folks where they can find you at, man. Like, you know, drop all the links, bro. Like, where could Bama's pull up on you if they wanted to get some of this soul, some of this energy, bro, some of this vibration?
You can catch a lot of it right on our Instagram page. We make it nice and accessible for you. You can also get a lot of it on our YouTube page. All right. Just follow us. Share this message with somebody. You know what I mean? Put it out there. Share the content. Everybody, we're not just here to make you more flexible. We don't even really care about how flexible you are. We're here as a way for you to heal. We're here as a way for you to get energy. We're here as a way for you to feel better and for you to heal. A lot of us are going through loss. A lot of us are going through triumph, tragedy. You know what I mean? Stress. You know, we're here to help you with that. So share this message with somebody. You know what I mean? And let's go.
Like, how could, if I was out coming off the street and I wanted to learn how to actually, like, do the thing, you know what I mean, hop into the industry, man, how can they actually do that?
So the first thing that I'm gonna tell them is that this is the easiest industry to get into, because this is an industry where you don't need no license, you don't need no prior experience, and it's fairly easy and cheap to get into, okay? What we're doing is what people pay 6 figures and go to school for 7 to 10 years to learn how to do, okay? But we found a way to make it and deliver in a safe, effective way where you can learn how to do this and become proficient at it in a few weeks, all right? We offer it in a 2-day format, okay? So there's actually a few different options. The first option is that it's digitally, so anybody anywhere in the world can actually gain access to our courses. All right, and learn how to do this work. Not just learn how to do the stretching, but how do you even operate this as a business? How do you create a part-time income? How do you create a part-time multiple 6-figure income? Doing something that you love, whether full-time or you do it on the side. Okay, how do you create your own stretch wellness center where you hire and you train people and you bring them in to provide, to do the work? Okay. So you can do that. We have a course that teaches you that. We also offer a 2-day in-house training where we teach you and we train you on all the different stretches and the modalities that we do, how we do our assessments and stuff like that. It's held right here in our studio in Riverdale, Maryland. You also get a chance to do a studio walkthrough, meet the team, meet the staff, and see how does this operation run. Ultimately, I don't just want y'all getting certified. I want you guys actually also opening up your own centers and also opening up your own academies to teach people. All right, so when we say global, it doesn't stop here.
Dope, bro. Hey, man, as always, you already know what it is, man. It's been always a pleasure. Pull up on your boy, you know what I'm saying, Big Ben the Baptist. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sign out for the folks in the back. Hey, yeah, yes, sir. Sign out for the, tell them I said I'll holler at you, Camo. Holler at you, Camo.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.